Happy almost New Year's here in December, end of the month, 2014, going into the New Year's. I'm at Wrestler Motors in Bozeman, Montana, and we're doing a live remote with a brand new program coming to you called Saturday Morning Meeting, product of PK52. Today, I wanted to start this series with our digital gal, the top digital salesperson for Toyota in the United States of America, Laura Madison. This is her home store. So in a few minutes, we're going to bring it up. We're going to talk about Camry, and we're going to talk about Tundra today. Our goal is to give you features and benefits that you can duplicate. Put them in your own words. Remember, if a customer is selling a car, they need to know what they're getting. So this is Saturday Morning Meeting, PK52. Hey, sales professionals and Toyota sales managers. We are live here at Wrestler Motors, and we're doing Camry versus Tundra. So it's going to be a little battle royale. Casey Nix versus Laura Madison. I'd like to bring Laura in right now.
Thanks, Casey.
This is Laura Madison. You guys know her. You follow her on Twitter at lauradrives.com. Follow this girl because she is leading the front on the digital marketing. So, you know, we're going to talk about these cars today, and I'm going to challenge you to a little contest. You're going to do something on Camry. I'm going to try to do better on Tundra, and we'll go back and forth, and let's see who the last person standing is. You on?
Sounds good. Let me get started.
Let me get out of here.
First highlight for the 2015 Toyota Camry is proven reliability. We've had the Camry since 1982 in the United States, and Toyota has sold over 10 million Camrys. So for the 2015, we're running our trusted 2.5 liter 4-cylinder and our 3.5 liter V6, giving us proven trustworthiness that we can pass on to our customers.
You know what, Laura, that's not even fair, starting with reliability. How did you know I wasn't going to do that? So here we go. Let's talk about Tundra. First of all, when people buy big trucks, they want a big truck. No joking around. And I want to start with our iForce engine. Toyota named it iForce because it has a small I in it. It means intelligence. It means our engine can think. And what does it think about? Well, let's start out with this. It thinks about load. So I've got my truck out here. I drive it back and forth to work every day. I'm not using it as a pickup every day, but today I go get a load of mulch. It's springtime in Montana, and I'm going to do my garden. So I load the back end up. How this engine knows that I have a load back there is it's going to require me to put a little bit more throttle to the engine. The wheel speed is going to be a little slower, so the engine has the ability to breathe bigger as a bigger engine. This 5.7 becomes a beast. Let's talk about the competition. How does the competition trick you into buying their car? Well, first of all, look at the Dodge. The Dodge has cylinder deactivation. So I'm out there buying a V8 truck, and they're saying, well, the big advantage is it'll run as a 4-cylinder. Well, I'm buying a truck. I don't want a 4-cylinder. And then Ford comes up and they build a truck out of aluminum, and they can't decide whether it's 700 pounds lighter or 500 pounds lighter. And they put a 6-cylinder engine in and have to turbocharge the engine to produce the power it needs to be a truck. Why not buy a truck that has an engine that can think? What it thinks about is load, RPM, and throttle position, making constant changes to increase the ability of the Tundra.
You know, Casey makes a great point about all of the capability that the engineers put into the Tundra. But what's really magnificent about the Camry is we have some options, particularly the hybrid. And I'm giving Toyota engineers a little credit here by coming up with amazing powertrain for America's favorite car. Now, Toyota is the manufacturer that has more hybrids on the road than all other manufacturers combined. And with the hybrid Camry LE for 2015, we're looking at 43 miles per gallon. So Casey may be talking about capability, but I'm talking about cost of ownership. And I'm not alone. Consumer Reports just announced for 2015 that the Toyota Camry Hybrid LE is the best overall value. You may be able to buy a car for less money, but you're not going to get a better value than 43 miles to the gallon and America's favorite Camry.
You know, let's get boring for a second and talk about drive system. Nobody wants to talk about the engineering that Toyota has with our transmission. A 6-speed transmission in the Tundra, but that's the basis. It's how this transmission thinks. It's electronically controlled with intelligence. That means the transmission can think. The main thing it thinks about is what you're doing in the vehicle. The main driver's habits. If you're trailering, if you drive fast, if you're one of those people running late to work all the time, the transmission has the ability to change its positioning to mirror the way you drive. That also allows it over time to be able to adjust for wear and tear. That's why Toyotas are the longest lasting trucks on the road with the original equipment that actually came on the truck. Chevrolet always advertises longest lasting trucks on the road. But remember, if you put another engine in a Chevrolet, it's still on the road. If you put a Jasper rebuilt transmission, it's still on the road. Let's talk about this 6-speed transmission. The 6-speed transmission also features grade logic. So if I'm pulling a grade, that means the wheel speed's slower, the throttle position's higher, the computer says, hey, we're pulling a grade. 5th and 6th gear are gone because they're both overdrives. Puts me in 4th gear, which is the tallest torque producing gear. And all you have to do to make that work is drive up a grade. On the downside of a grade, wheel speed picks up, throttle position is less. If I tap the brakes, 5th and 6th are gone, I'm coming down the backside of the mountain with engine braking. So the less I have to go to the brake, the longer the brakes last, and the more handling characteristics I get out of the vehicle. What really juices me about Tundra is the artificial intelligence. This transmission can actually think. I'm driving down the highway, it starts to snow outside, it starts to rain, I pull off asphalt to a dirt road. The wheel speed sensors communicate with the transmission and say, hey man, we're on a different road surface, and the transmission makes adjustments based upon the new surface of the road. When you know that about your truck, why would you look at anything else? The last thing I'll talk about in transmission is tow haul mode. And here's my experience. I got a 5.7, I don't need tow haul mode to pull my trailer. I really don't. So I'm not going to push it because all it does is it shifts at a higher RPM, burning more fuel. But think about this. If I'm coming out of a pass or a grade and I'm coming downhill, if I use tow haul mode coming downhill, it increases upshifts, which really helps the grade logic for engine braking. Once a customer really understands how a feature works, then there's value in what you're selling. Bring the value. Tundra.